Today I wanted to talk about factors. So let's look at a number like 12. So factors are the numbers that multiply whole numbers, right? Not fractions or decimals, but numbers that multiply to give you 12. So any number will have 1 and the number itself as a factor. This is the bare minimum. If it only has these two as the factors, then it is a prime number. Other than 1, which is not a prime number. Anyway. But 12 is not a prime number because there are other factors. So what other factors are there? If it's an even number, we know that 2 has to be a factor, right? So let's half, right? What times 2 equals 12? That would be 6 times 2, right? So let's make a list here. 1 times 12, and then we can go, right, we can switch these up. 12 times 1, right? And we can always switch these. 6 times 2 and 2 times 6. Flip these around. Now, if you want to think about the factors, I will show you guys a little trick that I realized the other day. So if your two factors are both even, then if you divide one factor by 2 and then multiply the other factor by 2, it will give you another set of factors. And then if you do it the other way around, it'll give you yet another set of factors. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, and then 6 times 2 is 12. So that just gives us the 1 and 12 that we talked about. Now if we go the other way, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and then 2 times 2 is 4, and 3 times 4 is another factor, right? So anytime that you have factors that both numbers are even, then you can use this trick to find other factors. So that is what factors are. Basically, they're just the numbers that multiply to get to a specific number. So the factors of 12 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. Okay, so these are the factors of 12. So hopefully that is helpful, and that little trick is really helpful for finding more factors. Like, for instance, we were doing 48 in class. I was doing it with a couple of students, and someone said 6 times 8. And then I said, okay, so we can use our little trick. So we have 6 times 8 equals 48. So what's half of 6 is 3. Double of 8 is 16. And 3 times 16 equals 48. And this is especially important because a lot of people would probably leave out this 3 times 16 equals 48 because they don't know their multiplication tables up to 16, right? And then let's go the other way. Now, double 6 is 12, and then half of 8 is 4. And this is another factor of 48. And now we look at this. Wait a minute. 12 times 4 is also even, right? Both of them are even. So that means that if I double it and then half this one, it would just give me 6 times 8. So let's go the other way. I double this. 12 plus 12 is 24. And then I half this. 24 times 2. Right? And then obviously 48 times 1, which we could also derive from 24 times 2, right? If we go half of 2 is 1, double of 24 is 48. So I just wanted to give you guys that helpful hint, describe what factors were, and just show you that that hint about finding more factors. And remember, it only works if both numbers are even, right? Because if I try to do it with something like 3 times 16, what is half of 3? Well, it's 1.5 is half of 3, but clearly 1.5, it has to be a whole number to be a factor. Though technically 1.5 times 32 would equal 48. But yeah, factors have to be whole numbers. All right, so hopefully that was helpful.